Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, we would like to introduce ourselves. We are from the Garuda Works team, and we are about to present to you or make a sales speech to you about something, a service that doesn't exist before in any other places on Earth. Not on Earth, especially on this country. We have researched this in multiple occasions and multiple times throughout many blog posts, search engines, everywhere on the internet. And we have noticed something critical is lacking, especially in this country. And there's a hidden opportunity that everyone has been doing, but most local companies here hasn't been doing. And we want you to become the first company who will invest on this service. First of all, I would like to introduce my partner.
Okay, greetings everyone. So I am Rakha Sapta Fabian, and this is my friend Akmal. He's already introduced himself. But yeah, basically, we're here at Garuda Works. We provide some services for you. Now, what are those services like? Let's move on to the next slide.
Okay, amazing. And my name is Akmal Pratama, by the way. Handsome guy. So, next one. Let's talk about advertising for a moment. We have seen advertisement a lot, especially on the internet. There are many things on YouTube, or probably on Instagram, or probably on TikTok, many kinds of advertisings. But we noticed that there is something lacking in this advertising industry, especially in this country. Why? Because I want to enlighten you something a little bit. What is exactly advertising? What is exactly advertising? So, an advertising is getting an attention. Getting an attention from someone is advertising. That's the entire point of advertising. It doesn't matter what platform you use, Google, TikTok, Instagram, or everything. The main point, you get someone else's attention. That is advertising. And now, after we research a bit through this, in this country, there is something missing. Someone misses this opportunity. No one has ever done this before. But they somehow often make this. So other parties making this, but then in the other side, the other party doesn't put this opportunity, doesn't use this opportunity. So let's take a deeper look. What is the industry? I'll let the next slide to let my partner speak to you.
So, gaming. What is gaming? Gaming is basically some kind of industry, you could say. Now, games have been quite popular for some time, and this is not an exaggeration. If we look at the statistics, there's quite a lot of people playing video games. The percentage of users aged from 16 to 64, I'm saying, and there's just quite a whole lot globally. And Indonesia is just one of the biggest gaming market available. Now, let's move on to the next slide.
Great one. And Indonesia, our country, is at the second place out of every countries on earth. But no one has ever used this opportunity for advertising their brands. And let's see another statistic. What are the information learned from a game? So those are the company's investments on game advertising since 2021 and prediction 2030. So let me ask you something. How do you learn English in the first place? Yeah, fine. Some of them said YouTube. Some of them said movies. But not so little people learn English from gaming, especially communities-based gaming, or games like multiplayer, Growtopia, all those kind of games. You learn something in that game. How do you learn the word spawn? Oh, I played Minecraft and there is the word spawn pig in it. Oh, and then it spawns pig. Then you learn the word spawn. There is an information learned from a game because you oftenly play that game. You oftenly get inside that information. You learn something at that day. Unconsciously, humans oftenly learn something based on what they see every day, based on what they do every day. Unconsciously.
So this is the statistics for in-game marketing. Now, as you see, the blue one marks for PC or laptop, and the green one for smartphone and tablets. So, throughout the years, it is expected that gaming and or in-game marketing, like my friend said, is going to be quite big. As you see, in just 2018, it was a 5.5 billion industry, but it is expected to grow and grow. In 2028, it is expected to hit 12.2 billion. And this is quite a huge thing for reasons, because you see, in-game marketing is also not practiced that whole lot in Indonesia yet. So I'll give it back to my friend.
Okay, so what are the companies that have done this before? So, one, there are many multiple companies, especially food and beverages, F&B businesses. And here, not only international companies, but also local companies as well, local businesses. They have done these opportunities before. But big companies, corporates like you, hasn't even tried to, or many other peoples in the world, other countries in the world, other business in this country, haven't done this before. And let me show you what their approach are and what they do, what we do to them. So the first one, Oreo, there is an Oreo game, an Android game, and there is a KFC game, or there is a McDonald's games, or how many people here plays Roblox here? Many people, a lot. If you play Roblox, there is an incident called the Chipotle incident, where basically Chipotle promotes a promotion, a free burrito promotion. Then everyone started slamming on Roblox servers until it gets down. But guess what happened that day? The Chipotle sales increases, and then the Roblox players increases. Both companies benefits from it. So we would like to get these opportunities to you, because everyone else around the world has done this before. It's just in Indonesia, not many businesses has done this before. And also, probably some in a movie, a Black Panther movie. So it's actually one of our first project where we basically try to promote someone. So we are struggling at the day, and we want to get food, and then somehow we met into this random street foods. And yeah, we basically told them, hey, can you give us some foods, and then in exchange to make a subtitle, and then boom, here it is. Nasi cumi hitam Madura Pak Kris. Spesialis nasi cumi hitam bertelur asli Madura. And this went trending on Twitter. And everyone started searching for this business, for this company, for this small business. Everyone started slamming on it. Because why? They got the attention from it. They learned something when they played the movie. They saw something unusual, or they get something from it, and then they search for it. They look deeper into it. And this is what most companies in Indonesia aren't doing yet. So what are our services? I would like my friend Rakha to explain each of these.
All right. So we provide a variety, I'm not sure how to say that word properly, but as you see, we provide many kinds of services in the gaming industry. Now, first, for the example, is simulation games. Now, when you're in a simulation games, you are the hero, you could say, or you are within the game. You can feel that you are within that simulation, and this is quite a big market. Why? Because, first of all, just look at this gameplay footage. It's a first-person shooter called Project Reality, which is a mod for Arma 4. Now, as you see, in this game, you feel like you are within this reality, but that's not all. If we move on to the next one, here is Endless Runners. What are Endless Runners? Well, they're basically like mobile games, you could say, but that's not all. And then there's also mobile games, which is basically this thing, but for mobile devices. Now, the thing about mobile games is that everyone can access it. Why do I have the confidence to say this? Why? Because, well, just look on your phone. Your phone or your iPhone or whatever, you might have a game in it, don't you all? And that could result in a huge market, you could say. And then there's also a much more newer, but yeah, integrated reality. So this game basically puts you within an integrated reality. Well, I guess that's just about it though. So let's continue.
Okay, thank you. So what are the target audiences for games basically? So First thing, content creators, of course. And content creators, what do they have in common? Fandoms. They have fandoms. Bocil Kematian, all of those things. Those were attention. Those were the source of attention. How many of you guys learned from Winda Basundara how we can control the rating of a Play Store? Now, how do you think it will impact your business if you somehow get the attention from him, and then all of a sudden all the fandoms started going and running around searching for your business? How much sales do you expect to increase? I guarantee there is a lot. And those fandoms mostly were teenagers and children, where they were growing, and they are the one who will continue to produce your later. And if they are satisfied with your service, know your service, then they will be your valuable customers. So those are the predicted audience and the target audience, because we are playing a game and we're developing a game here. So the services we provide: game development and targeted ads. And game development, we basically develop a game with a specialized engine and teams of developers who will make the game for you, and you just let it done. You just take it done, take it finished. We'll advertise it for you. We're a game advertising agency. So we're not just making game and then let you just suffer trying to advertise it, get players in your game. No, but we actually try to advertise that game and then try to advertise your business as well with our service, which is the game one. Second one was a targeted ads, where we basically try to get players in an existing game to get them know about your business. Like what we did earlier with Black Panther. We don't own the Black Panther, but we created the subtitle for it, in which we can get attention from them by basically putting the ads into this section of a movie. But for this case, we're playing a game. In this case was Prabowo Gibran 02 Capres, where he basically put an advertisement in a game, Growtopia, and what does Growtopia players are? Teenagers. And what teenagers are? The young voters. The young voter doesn't basically do any research at all. And then what did he get? Most voters, and he wins today. That is a clever advertising. And that's what he did. And why hasn't companies, Indonesia especially, hasn't done this before? Because no one has ever thought about this before. Attention is advertising. Advertising is attention. That is the main point of advertising.
So, how would be the development worked on, you may ask? So this is the development timeline. First of all, we prepare for the release. So this is the beginning of our game development history. And then, after we do it for maybe around some months, we will enter the alpha stage. Now, in this alpha stage, you will be our game testers, you could say. Or you can already test the game out, but it's not complete. It is in alpha phase. And then, during this time, we also do processing feedback. And once that is done, we will move on to beta phase 1. So this is the first beta. You could say that we can release this like maybe for a limited amount of time or something. But it is still in beta, so it is not complete. So while that is done, we move on to beta phase 2. And this is also the processing feedback process. And then after that, after we get all the things done and all the things going, we will move on to the launch, where we can expect to, launch into the market. So I guess that's just for the development timeline. So I'll move back onto you.
Okay, nice. Now let's talk about the money, the investment. How much will it cost you to invest in us? Now we're talking about something here. We have a really valuable, cheap price for our service, and we are confident about this. A fixed price, 2 pricing models. The first one is a fixed price. You pay us one time, and that's all. It costs $4,555 US dollars, American dollars. We're not talking about rupiah here. Or, if you want to make it risk-free, perhaps you can try the second one, a per installs. It's only a 50 cents per installs. But we recommend you to take on the first one. Because why? If per installs, it might sound cheap for you at first. Before you sign that contract, it might sound cheap for you. But then, we are confident that we will somehow achieve more than this goal, you're going to end up paying more than what you should be. So we definitely recommend you to do the first one other than the second one. Because second one, we charge per install of that game, and second one was a fixed price. A really great investment for a long-term company name.
So, in foreign countries, they have already done all of them. But locally, no one has done it yet. So we at GarudaWorks, we're here to help you become the earliest. So, contact us and also, make business with us. Here's all the information needed, and thank you for listening.
Okay, question and answer. Let's go. Hit me up.
Come on, it's time for discussion. Let's go.
Come on.
Okay. Come on.
This is a big money. 4,000 USD. Why don't you just per installs? It's cheap, 50 cents. Come on.
So all you provide is, you will provide the game and the advertisement for one company.
For one
So
company.
to increasing.
Yeah, to increase their basically brand names. So the one that are left unknown. Have you guys ever heard about the Gojek game? Ojol game? Yes. You guys heard of it, right? And what if Gojek decided to make that game, and then somehow it spreads, and then those children who playing that games, and then okay, fine, maybe they are not using them yet, but then somehow in the future they will need it, and what do they know? The Gojek one, the game that he played or she played during the young age, the Ojol game. But sadness is the Ojol game doesn't provide any branding at all. The company doesn't exist because no companies here locally. No one has done it. No one wanted to take the risk yet. So yeah. We're talking about long term here. So fixed price or per install price?
So my question is, what kind of risk that we can take from investing in your company? Is there any risk, and how you will solve that risk? Is that kind of risk?
Risk. So, of course, there's going to be risk. But if there's risk, I believe that our company and you, if you cooperate with us, we might be able to go through it. So, the risk might be that the game flops. Okay, the game flops. But then, what if somehow in the future it goes back on again? Now, using a good marketing strategy, and we might be able to just avoid any risk at all. There's going to be a risk, but it's a risk worth taking. Because if this succeeds, it's going to be good in the long term for your company and for us. So we're helping each other. And I believe that's about it.
And from my take, the worst thing that could happen is that we somehow make the game so bad that it is trending on Twitter, everyone was mocking at us. What should we do about it? Now, don't worry, we have our own unique strategy anyway. The moment that it trends on Twitter, again, advertising in our mindset, in our company, is attention. Those were attention as well. Fine, we make the game broke. We make the game so bad as possible. But then, there might be some people who, maybe what if I just try the game, download the game, and then once we finally get all that attention from, we revise the game to make it even better. Because again, we're trying to reach installs here. A per installs price, if you somehow make the worst decision ever in your life. The per installs price. Once it gets on trending, there must be someone who are interested in that game, who just wants to play the game just for fun. Everyone done this before, especially with the shit games. Now, there is attention as well. We will probably make fun of it too, because we screwed up. But then, again, the install will increase. There must be someone, especially the meme channel, the meme YouTube channels. Have you ever heard about the Sonic movie? The one that the Sonic one model was so horrible, and that it ended up becoming a meme. But then, once the release date comes, it was different than the trailer. And then, more people start watching the movie. And then started commenting, maybe I got a deja vu, or maybe blah 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 blah. Oh, finally they take our suggestion but the main point is everything was a marketing strategy. So we can turn it to a strategy, to another strategy if the first one fails. Thank you. Any other from students, please?
Come on.
Give your thoughts. It's huge.
Come on, just give the idea. Go on. Don't just quiet. Let's go. Now you are a college student. Come on, think. Pick it up. Fatir. Wake up. Do that.
Come on.
Think it up. Let's go. Come on.
If you have no questions, I am forced to believe that you guys do agree with us and are willing to make business. So come on. Any questions?
Come on.
See, this is the reason why I wanted to sell practice with teachers.
Let's go. You can just later on in your college you're gonna college, right? Later on they will just push you to think, push you to show the idea, push you to speak up.
What I say might be wrong. So come on,
Yeah.
fight my statements.
I'm sure
Please.
there will be something that you have your own idea. You have different perspective of this.
Yeah, maybe.
Just go on.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
It's a new thing in Indonesia. No one has ever done this before. Search it on Google, no results at all.
Come on.
And it's actually no results.
Yeah, let's go, yeah.
I don't think there's flaws in this argument.
It is flawless.
Maybe.
Baik, let's go. Ask question, Nick. Huh? Give the idea, give the your perspective. Okay.
Finally.
Let's go.
If,
Like that.
if you fail, will you return the fixed price money?
Okay. You have money back?
Why do you think we will fail? Like you said before, like he said before, that it is flawless, so there's no chance that we're going to fail. Even if we fail, then maybe we'll probably manage it out, we'll do some talks, but ultimately, the fixed price, and you already gave us the money.
There is agreement.
There is a contract that you're willing to sign.
Yeah.
Also with preparatory talks first. Both of these has a huge risk and a low risk. The huge risk is that if you take the fixed price, but then your product is so bad, no one has ever liked it in the first place, no one's going to be liking it. A waste of money, probably. But if per installs, you might probably have a low risk. But then, if things go blowing up, you ended up going to bring more to us. So everything has a standard, a low risk and high risk. But we are confident. We might work this out. We can work this out. Any more?
Can we switch though? Like,
Can we switch options?
It's okay to pay it's okay to pay the whole $5,000 or something, but can we switch it? If
Switch.
the thing's blown up, you know?
You have a contract.
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
I can't.
No, you cannot. There's a contract. You'll sign a contract basically to us, which you agree that you understand the risks and the rewards, and yeah. For the fixed, it's a fixed price, fixed investment for a long term. You might probably ended up gaining 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 words of advertising from 5,000 grand, from 5 grand. But again, if per installs, you might actually ended up paying more to us. So yeah, everything has a standard risk and reward ratio. Any more?
okay, let's go.
What if the game gets taken down?
The game gets...
Bomb report by some people, and the game
Getting hacked, right?
no, the game got delayed.
Suspended.
Yeah.
Suspended.
Terminated.
Do you make another one or?
Well, we'll see what happens, I guess. I doubt that it's going to be taken down, but if it does, unfortunately, then we'll just bring it back up. I mean, depends on the reports. I mean, we're not going to be making something that's going to be reported. No, we're not going to put CP in your game so that it gets reported. So you just have to trust us. We won't do bad stuff in the game. So it's not going to be taken down, probably.
Also, do not worry that in our team, there is a quality control that has experience on those copyright and Google Play rules and App Store rules. So we have actually experience in this compliance stuff. But if actually things go wrong, we actually might probably modify the existing game that we have made so that it finally be allowed on it. But it's different if your business is, for example, you sell marijuana and then you try to advertise with us. It will actually get suspended. So yeah, just common sense.
Right? Okay.
So what if your clients is a small company, even they don't have any, like not popular, and then they ask to want to buy the game advertisement. So how you attract the people to play the games? Like game is not directly go to the popular page, right?
Yeah.
It should be search. So yeah. How to make the game to be attracting people.
The right first.
Okay. So, well, that just depends on the marketing strategy. Now, like I said before, like maybe if we make a game that is so goddamn bad that it got popular because of it, and that's just one of the ways. Or we can just make a game that is somehow really good and then it gets popular. Or we can make it with an existing trend. So like maybe people will get talk about it because, well, oh my god, this looks like Skibidi Toilet, and then they will, well, it got popular, something like that. But yeah, it depends on the marketing strategy. But I think my friend has a better explanation.
Yeah. So not only that, that is if you actually try to use it as an organic way. There's another other way than organic way. So we actually have a network of influencers that have we often work together in those things, like Winda Basundara, for example, but it's actually not him. There are multiple meme channels or basically those gaming things. So if you know about the gaming industry, how they get players to play the game is that basically they send up betas to the YouTubers and tell them to play that game, and then we send some money to them to basically have it try to that game first. And then once we finally attract the attention from their viewers, we can actually get real actual players that day with that strategy. Is it? Yeah, so we basically have a network of influencers, existing networks. So everything has been planned out in our blueprint.
Oh yes, okay. Can you go back to the example, some of the games, game advertising? No, the previous one, like McDonald's, Chipotle. Yeah. So, I'm gonna ask about the Oreo, KFC, and the McDonald's one. How big how many people played that game? I mean, I'm sure it's not that big as compared as the Roblox Chipotle collaboration, right? I mean, why don't you just make a new game and you, let's say, just first-person shooter game, and then put something the advertising in the game, like maybe instead of shooting the enemies, you're shooting a Skibidi Toilet or something. It's just an example. I mean, you can replace the Skibidi Toilet to the advertising object on each company. Why don't you just do that? Because if you do the Oreo, that kind of thing, I don't think the game would be last long. I mean, the game were made to be memorable, right?
Yeah, I get it. So, you're saying that instead of trying to make a game like this, we instead edit an existing game and put the advertising in it, something like that? Yeah, I mean, we can do that. I mean, with the Roblox one, I mean, we can try to make a group in Roblox, and then we'll make the game there and put it inside Roblox. And yeah, basically like that. Or we can work with other companies and studios maybe in order to, well, do what you requested. Do you have any words on this?
Oh, I do, of course. So let's do a research here. What is the reason why the Chipotle Roblox game is so trending? Because that's actually correct. Some sort of. Because the real reason why, because it interacts with reality. It interacts with the real world as well. When you play this game, this is a kind of a simulation game. So you basically simulate yourself as a Chipotle employee, and then once you finish a certain task in the game, you ended up receiving a free burrito for vouchers. And that's the reason why people play this game. And that actually doesn't prevent it to your company as well. So let's say, for example, you're a Soto Lamongan business. Take it simple. And then it's Halloween. And you basically try to team up with us. Our approach will be basically make a horror game. Really horror game, really scary game, an AR game. But then we also ask the player to interact with the reality as well. For example, maybe the storyline, they have to go to the restaurant for some of the codes or something like that. So we have the approach in there. So how do we make the game so trending and so last long? We actually saw the experience from that game. Fine, because maybe all those things are our past project. We haven't learned about all the strategy stuff, but now we have those strategy things and the thing that interacts people from the real world as well, which most game doesn't do. And yeah, we have our approach in the day. So we basically learn from our Chipotle Roblox experience. So we make the game so unforgettable experience that people will keep playing the game, or at least they remember what is inside of the game, which is your brand.
No?
Thank you. For more information, please contact Rakha or me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.